I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take off that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
I didn't break the law. I'm not going to be found guilty of anything. This is a waste of time. If you guys want to know who I am, I'll tell you who I am. Okay. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing here.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Warner Robins, Georgia. Now, I posted a video recently about this yahoo who decided to take a trip to jail rather than cooperate with the police officer. But I didn't realize he had a court hearing. Then he had a live stream talking about how he lost his job. Well, I didn't know any of this until a couple of my subscribers brought it to my attention. So this is my follow-up video. Sit back, watch, and enjoy!
We're not here about a criminal trespass. We're not here about stalking. The elements, yes, are different for criminal trespass and for stalking, but that's not why we're here. 16.5-21 clearly gives the police department the authority to ask a citizen to move away from a public place, to not remain, to not loiter. So they clearly have that authority, which they tried to do with you, Mr. Pickron. Basically, as I see it, they just wanted you to leave. They just wanted you to leave.
So the crux of this matter is this idiot was in his car filming a woman while he was sitting in the parking lot of a closed business. Ooh, Frauditor, that's not so good, is it? Well, and then he wanted to argue with the officer that he wasn't loitering and this and that and everything else. Frauditor, you know what? You should have just identified yourself straight away, told the officer that you were packing some heat, and showed your identification, and everything might have been okay. But you wanted to refuse all those things. Now we're going to hear what the judge has to say about all this nonsense.
It sort of escalated for whatever reason, but the facts are that you were in a public parking lot where it is not usual for law-abiding citizens to be, because the church was closed, there were no other vehicles, and it did cause justifiable and reasonable alarm to the young lady, forgetting her name now, that testified, Ms. Jenkins, to the point where she called my name and reported it.
By the way, let's take a look at our Frauditor. Oh, I forgot to tell you his name, Russell. Let's take a look at our Frauditor, Russell. Look at how he dresses in a court of law. What do you got on there, man? Some athletic shoes, some blue jeans, a short sleeve shirt that you can barely tuck into your waist? Come on, Frauditor. They make suits in your size. Go to the big and tall man's store. Get yourself a decent suit. Go to court. What do you think, man? The judge is looking at you like you're some kind of yahoo. And you know something, Frauditor? She is correct in that assumption. No doubt. But you carry on, sweetheart.
And of course, the officer didn't hear her phone call. He was just dispatched. So he had limited facts, and he was there to investigate. He approached your vehicle, asked for your ID, asked you what you were doing there. It would have been a lot better if instead of saying you were chilling, you would have said from the get-go, I'm a private investigator, I'm here doing my job, I'm just trying to get the job done, and working for a company and that sort of thing.
Yeah, Frauditor, we all remember that video. You weren't cooperative at all. You didn't tell that officer you were packing heat. And at the very end, you said, okay, arrest me then. I don't care. Well, now, Frauditor, everything has come to light. I bet you care now, don't you, sweetheart? Oh, we haven't even told the viewers the best part yet. I'm saving that for last. Hey, are you going to be a full-time frauditor now? Oh, I'm giving it away. Let me shut up.
The officer has this dispatch call. He testified that there's concern about churches being vandalized. He testified that he could not verify your ID, your investigator ID.
Frauditor, I have no respect at all for people who can't spell. You know they have spell checking programs? Buy one, use it, love it, leave it, or quit posting on YouTube. Vandalism. Look how it's spelled, Frauditor. Vandalism. Frauditor, you have a private investigator's license. Well, I guess there's no requirement for spelling on that job, so yeah, let's carry on.
And for all those reasons, and the fact that there was someone that, and the witness testified that not only was she in fear for her, not only did she feel uncomfortable, but she felt like she was in fear for her safety. And she was very believable. I don't think she was, an alarmist or just saying something just to cause you or anybody else a problem.
Frauditor, I would feel intimidated as well if someone were sitting in a parking lot adjacent to my home with a camera pointed at my home. Yeah, what is wrong with you? She has every right to feel intimidated by you, and she did the right thing by calling 911. And then you don't want to identify yourself to the police officer? You feel like you can remain incognito and just sit there and do these things? Yeah, you got what you deserve, Frauditor, which is coming right up.
Or to unfairly take up the police department's time. But I think the police officer followed procedure. He followed protocol. He asked you all the right questions, and he tried to make it such that it could end well for y'all by doing his job and by not having to arrest you. He gave you an opportunity to leave, and you didn't leave, and so there wasn't a whole lot else. He has the authority to ask you to leave. You refused to leave, so we're basically in a standoff.
Who's the yahoo behind the potato can that can't sit still and continually coughs and sneezes? Yeah, I have to take that out of the soundtrack because it's loud and obnoxious. Hey, and what is it with the Frauditor? You notice how he shifts back from foot to foot and he's rocking himself? That's a sure sign of guilt, Frauditor. You're nervous. Yeah, I noticed that. A lot of my students used to do that. They sit there and they fidget in their chair and rock themselves back and forth. Yeah, there's something wrong with you, Frauditor. Yeah, there really is. Now, just wait just a moment.
What else could you do? What else could you do? I wish you had left. I wish you had left because you were doing a job. And I understand that, but the circumstances surrounding the whole thing, led to this and became this kind of problem. I do find you guilty of murdering. The fine is $150. The court costs are $50. Can you pay that today?
I can. Can you use my bond?
Well, there you have it. Guilty as charged. But wait, there's more. Now, what could be better than being guilty as charged? Well, for all of us Frauditor haters, is some more good news. Let's listen to that, shall we?
Man, this trial kind of hit me. It did kind of hit me hard a little bit. And also, I lost my job because...
Oh no, Frauditor, do tell. You lost your job because you were being a jackwagon? Yeah, this is from the guy's live stream a few days after the court hearing. It's hilarious. Oh, you poor thing. Now what are you going to do for a job? Are you going to become a full-time Frauditor? Do tell, Frauditor. You have anything else you want to tell us?
I got terminated the week I got arrested. So there was it wasn't after the trial or anything. No. My employer specifically told me, we're letting you go because, you didn't give the cop your ID fast enough and your credentials fast enough and you got arrested.
Well, there you have it, folks. Found guilty in a court of law of loitering and not cooperating with the police officer. Oh, dearie me. And then on top of that, the lad loses his job as a private investigator. Whatever will he do now? Well, perhaps he could become a PI for another company. Of course, they may check his record to find out why he left his last employer. But not to worry, he become a full-time frauditor. He can, yes he can. Well, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons like this yahoo on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.